Good morning, friends. We're going to show you the whelping box I've built in preparation for the birth of the puppies. This is for a German Shepherd. This box is 5 feet by 4 feet in size. I'm not going to show you a construction video of how I build it. I'm just showing it to you after the fact. Let me go into the box and show you the setup a little bit further. As you can see, the box is constructed of board which is smooth and sanded. It's not rough, and it's assembled using these lag bolts so that it can be quickly disassembled. And these this is called a chair rail system all around the perimeter of the box that you see. The purpose of this is that if a mother dog is lying down, you want the puppy to slide underneath and get out of the way in case it needs to, so it won't be crushed by the mom. So this is a very important protection mechanism that any whelping box should have. And of course, this is the original opening that you see here. If you notice, I created a higher elevation light plywood. This wood is underlayment for flooring, actually, and the total height is about 36 inches. So this is about 24 inches, and this is about 16 inches over here. The reason I did this is because puppies tend to climb out and fall on the floor, and we don't want them to get hurt. So as they get a little bigger, around 6 weeks of age or so, they start climbing out of the whelping box, and a different part of the whelping room will be set up with playpen and so if you notice, I use these metal brackets to attach this to this, and this is done throughout. And I sleep in the whelping room because puppies must be fed every 2 hours. You can't maintain their blood sugar level without being fed every 2 hours. So as you notice how this is assembled, we have these corner braces attaching this brace to this upper brace. So these act as support beams to attach the wood to. One of the things you have to do is cover the floor with either stick-on vinyl tiles after you shellac it and coat it, because the puppies will pee and this wood will be stained with piss from puppies, and so you want to protect it, so you would have to cover this with vinyl flooring. You would also want to, in the corners here on the bottom, you want to put silicone on the bottom so that the urine cannot stain through the corners here. You would want to prevent that urine from coming through and staining this wood. Also, as the mom gives birth, the amniotic sac holding the puppies will be full of blood and fluid, and these will be stained with blood, so we want to cover these as well. So I like this better than my previous whelping box because it's easy to disassemble. And this is the front door that you simply slide into place, allowing the mom to get in and get out with easy access. And then this piece of wood will be hinged, and it'll be hinged like this and close here, so the pups can't get out in the front when they're big enough and strong enough. One of the things I wanted to show you is I have 2 heat bulbs here. This one gives off quite a bit of heat, and this one is infrared, so the heat is infrared. And also we have a heating pad which will be covered in a kind of like a little small rug. And if you notice, I put a thermometer on the floor, and right now it's showing 72 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit. If you notice, I drilled a hole to let the electrical cord come out, not to interfere with the electrical cord being inside. And the reason these two sources of heat are so important is puppies don't maintain body temperature when they're first born. So not only do you want to make the room very hot, because they come out of the womb at about 101 degrees Fahrenheit, and they come into a room which is, let's say, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Although that's not cold at 78 degrees, for them that's cold. So this comes up to temperature slowly, and this has a built-in shut-off so it doesn't get too hot. But to bring up temperature quickly as you're sitting in the whelping box helping the mom deliver, this is her space and her special time, and you need to have a lot of towels on hand and other supplies. I'll make a separate video of all the supplies that are needed to take birth of the puppies. As you can see, we're already assembling a scale here to weigh the pups. You want to keep track of their weight as they're gaining weight. We have wee pads which will be used later when they're a little older. We need to have iodine to work with the umbilical cords. We have umbilical cord clamps to clean up the umbilical cord so the mom doesn't bite through and cause them to bleed out. We have suction for the nose to clean out so they breathe better. We have a milk warmer machine, just like you would warm up milk for a baby. So this will warm up milk. Later, as they get older and they get changed to solid food, this is a feeding bowl already in waiting, but that'll be quite a while before we get to that. I'll make a separate video of all the supplies which are needed in the whelping room for the purpose of taking care of the birth. But anyhow, getting back to the heating lamps, they are very critical to maintain body temperature, because for the first 19 days the puppies are in a neonatal developmental stage. They don't maintain body temperature that well, and they need help to pee and to poop by the mom licks them in order to stimulate them to defecate and urinate. If the mom can't do that, the human being has to use a cotton swab and help them urinate and defecate. So they're very underdeveloped and very vulnerable when they're first born. So you want them to have heat to keep them warm, and puppies can fade quickly if they're not warm enough. So especially in the first 3 days, you want to maintain temperature. That's why I have the thermometer down there to make sure where we're at in terms of temperature. And as you can see, just turning it on for a few minutes, we went from 72 degrees to 79 degrees, and it's climbing. So this thing is going to be, when it reaches 90, I'll turn off the heat lamps, or I'll turn on only one at a time. So I found that this is an easy way to disassemble it, and I'm not going. This is a 5x4 box. A 4x4 is too small for a German Shepherd, because you have to sit here in the box helping mom deliver, and your feet have to fit easily as you're sitting inside the whelping box with mama dog helping her deliver. Of course, this will be covered. The flooring will be covered. It'll be covered with either vinyl tiles or rubber to prevent the pee from going through. Then it'll be covered with a cloth on top. The main point is to keep them well fed every 2 hours. Colostrum is liquid gold for puppies, and you want to make sure that the babies are safe and the mother dog is kept relaxed and calm and in a good frame of mind. I moved all my adult dogs to a different part of the house. We're in my finished basement, which is acting as the whelping room. And I thought I'd share this video of the whelping box and whelping room setup. I will go into more detail of the whelping supplies. Revival Animal Health is a company I recommend for whelping supplies. And I'm going to go into the prenatal vitamins and postnatal vitamins in the other separate video. Okay, I hope you found this informative, and thank you for your time.